Being a professional psychic was not that much different from me and working retail. The only difference was when I was working retail or out on the sales floor, cashiering, whatever I was doing, I couldn't go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, somebody's by you." I couldn't go up to them and say, "Hey, this is what's going on," because there is a certain respect that you must have for other people and their beliefs. And, I don't know that other people would believe what I'm saying or would be upset or how it would affect them. But if they're coming to me and they know what I do, then this opens the door to that conversation so I can give my best to that person. But here's where it's similar. Um, I would be in my line sometimes just crying, or even out on the sales floor just crying with people because of, you know, I think that they would feel something around me, and I could see things, and then they would come talk to me in very much in depth and give me their whole life story, and so I would be crying with them. And I used to tell my friends when I started doing it professionally, because that's the part that's so similar. I would be at my booth crying with people, and sometimes I would ask if I could give them a hug because it would get that intense. Or when I'm doing it on the hotlines, I cry. And I would ask my friends and mentors, like, why is it that y'all don't cry and I do? Like, I'm doing something wrong here. I said, Teresa doesn't cry, Long Island medium. And they're like, but you're an empath, so it would make sense that you would cry. But all this time I would be like, "Oh, I'm doing something wrong," and then acknowledging that for myself. And like I say too, we all look to TV and movies to tell us what a psychic is or how they're supposed to be. And it wasn't until Mama Medium came along, because she would cry all the time, and I'm like, somebody who's like me. And I could relate to that because, like I said, even in retail, I would just be so moved and so touched by people's stories and their tragedies. And, like I said, I could always sense things about people. And I could always tell, but it wasn't my place to tune in. And if I pushed it down for too long, it would get so overwhelming that I could see and sense and predict everything that was going on around me to the point of being overwhelmed. And so I would read for people during that time to kind of diffuse it. But just in general, I could pretty much see details, and it's not my place to, you know, dive into that because of privacy. So I really, would try to keep that boundary. But anyway, that was it. Being in retail wasn't much different from being a professional psychic.